Hello. Well, I forgot to bring my camera down, and I need to grab some gold. Okay, we are going to be working on our sweet talk, and I just need to get my gold. We're going to work on the matting. There it is. And I just happened to see another tag. Here we go. I should be good now. We're going to get some matting done, and I'm really hoping that we get this one finished tonight. So this one's a little different. They're all different, and I've got some more in here. I'm hoping. Let's see. Oh, we really should be able to get this one done because in the mornings we've been working on our December daily, which is if you purchase that one, then you're in that group. But otherwise, I'd like to get these done so we can just get on to the 249 markets, even though they came with instructions. Many of you have wanted me to do my own, so I've been working on those. I'd like to get those done so we can get working on all my new collections because I'm super excited about what's coming. Okay, and we're back to where we've got some things that are a little bit different. So I'm going to trade albums here. And we finished here on our last one, so we're going to start right here. And I actually was cleaning everything up, and I cleaned up so well I can't find some things. You guys ever do that? It's like, I cleaned up too well. So I think I've got my paper kind of mixed up here. I know that's our cover. Oh, no. Here we go. We're good. Okay. I grabbed, this is the wrong one. Okay. So we're going to get started with this pocket. And I do have the double matting. So on here, this is where we're going to change a little bit. But we also need some of our gingerbread for there. And we've got a couple pieces here. So this one I'm going to save for here, and I'm going to set that one aside. And then we're also going to do this little tag. Oh, there we go. That goes inside of our pocket. And we didn't cut that during the tutorial. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to cut these two pieces, and then we're going to want some floral. And it's going to be from your 12 by 12 papers in the kit. It's not that one. It should be the very back one. Not that one either. You guys, I'm getting there. I'll tell you which one it is here in just a second. Okay. Okay. I'm thinking here. Because I think it is this top piece. Okay. We're going to set that one aside. It's our rocking chair. So what I'm going to do is, if you're working on this with me, I'm going to actually cut these pieces first, because it's the other side I see that I did use. You know, it's just like me. I didn't grab everything out before I went live. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to come back to this in just a second. I want to do this outside piece, and we're going to cut our gingham first, because we have a double matting. And if I recall, yep, 4 1/4 by 6. They should both be, this one was a little bit shorter when I cut it down, but it's pretty darn close. So I'll cut them both 4 1/4 by 5 7/8. And we'll start with this partial piece. And you guys probably have this also in your stash. So 5 7/8. So the first one is going to be 4 1/8. I'm going to cut them both at 4 1/8, and then I'll trim the top one. It's just a little bit shorter. And then we'll want to put some ribbon down first. Oh. Just making sure the live is on. Okay, so there we go. So if you're out there, just let me know you're here and say hello. Okay, that one fits. I'm going to actually just cut the papers and then we'll come back. We'll cut them because we need this other piece for the pocket. So this one ended up only being 4 inches. Measure yours. Well, hello. Oh, you just left the store? Well, I hope you feel that because we had a really good sale. I've been home working on our next paper collection. And lives and everything else. Oh, I still need the cutter. Okay. So what we need here is 8 inches. So I want to put this in my cutter at 8 inches. I'm going to set that aside and I'm good. But you know what? This is not the piece I used. So at least we've got those. Hi, Luann. How are you? Luann, I was at church most of the day. We had this dinner thing, and I saw that you called. I didn't call you back because I didn't want to bother you, but I did see that you called, and I'm sorry I missed your call. You know, this is pretty much, I'm pretty sure this is what I did. That's the same graphic that's underneath there. And we are going to double match. So our first piece is going to be the gingham. And we have that full piece. So for the gingham, we're going to cut 5 3/8. We're going to have a piece up at the top. And then it's going to be 6 7/8. Oh, you know, it doesn't matter that it's Sunday. It's just I didn't have my phone right there with me. And I was actually in the kitchen doing some dishes. And I came back and saw you called. And I thought, well, if you need me, you'll call me back. Okay, so now for the second sheet, we actually cut the XO out of this. But I only want to use these flowers. And it's going to be, I'm going to measure it. How's that? You know what? This pocket's smaller. Yep, it is, and that's okay. Yeah, you can always call me back. Let me fix this heater real quick. Sorry about the beeping, guys. but it's cold down here. Okay, from here. So we cut the other one at 5 3/8. I'm going to cut this one at 5 1/8. And I want the flowers and 6, so it's going to be 6 5/8. Sometimes it's really hard to tell with the graphics. And then I do put lace across here. And I've got the window. So it's really pretty like that. So we have the window, and then we're going to have then we'll have the rocking chair and part of the window here. So it kind of just all goes together. Oh, thank you. I'm super excited, but that's why I haven't been at the store so much either. I have really been just digging in. I said enough. I need to get back to being the one that designs 100%. So I have what I want. And that's why I haven't been to the store, because we've got lots of collections coming, you guys. A lot of collections. So I hope I know you're going to love them all. Because every time my husband walks down, he's like, oh, I really like that one. And when he says, oh, I really like those, I get excited. They're different. But you know what? You can only get them at Country Craft Creations. So that's what makes them even more special. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put this on. You know, if you like the floral too, you can just go all floral, which is pretty too. Okay. That double matting on there, which really adds a little more character to it. Oh, there it is. That one's kind of had it. And then I don't know where this day's gone. It's just like flown out the door. Okay, let's get that down. Now, your laces. And let me grab a piece. Okay, like I mentioned, you could have one of two laces. There was one that I did with hearts. This one's a little dark. One I did with hearts, and then we had run out because we needed to make more kits. And then one that was done with the crocheted lace. I'm just going to trim that in because it's kind of had it. And then this is going to be about a 7-inch piece cut. And I did put just a little strip of gold here because it shows through the lace. And actually, I had a little tiny strip, and I thought, well, I'm just going to put that down there because it looks good. And then it peeks through. And if you need to cut, yeah, we're going to just cut a piece. because you have a whole package in this kit. And then I'm going to go, you know, the full matting, but I cut a 1/2-inch strip. And it's going to be the 6 7/8. Okay. We're stuck. It's time to go upstairs and wash the cutters. Okay. And I am just going to put it down where the floral matting starts. And then I'm going to put the lace right on top. Now you can have it down a little bit so it shows, but it's just to give it a little peekaboo in the back. Well, hello again, Miss Janice. And I'll just, oops, I forgot. I'm going to bring it down here a little more to the matting. Yeah, I thought I'd hop on here earlier, a little bit earlier tonight, because I have some stuff in the crock pot. I thought I'd better feed hubby. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. I really do. I'm loving this. And someone had mentioned about the acrylic, like the 49 and Market on our scrapbook page. I have used this. But if you get it on your other papers, it does make a film. That's the one thing that, but it's a nice glue. Okay, then whatever lace you have, and it does dry pretty fast, but your art glitter glue works good too. And that's what this other rag is for, because I've been using it for stuff, and I don't, it, once you use it though, these cloths, because it does not wash out, Fabri-Tac, and I sell it at the store. It is permanent, and it's not a water-based. So have a cloth that you can throw away, and that one I consider my throwaway rag. Now, and then just stretch it to fit. Because see, it's, once it's stuck together, it's stuck together. When that dries, then I'll add some adhesive down here to pull it so it's straight. And I can see that gold back there. I like it. Okay. Janice, I don't know about this. When you show up, I lose things. So either I'm really losing things, or I only lose things when you show up and then you find them for me. So something's going on here. Have you noticed? Because my ruler was right there until you, it's a joke, you guys. But Janice usually sees where I put everything. But I never start losing until she comes on. But I'm just kidding. Okay, so my matting is going to be, I measured, because it's going to just go a little bit under the pocket. It's going to be 4 inches. And then 6 7/8, and I'm going to use the back side. I tease Janice that she only comes on to make sure I don't lose stuff. And we may have to trim some more. Yes. Just so it will fit in our pocket, and then we'll ink it. Oh, that's right, your old Columbo skills, yes. When you're with me, that is true. And you can use the plaid if you like the plaid. I want the solid. Okay. Oh, that pocket is a perfect place. Let me grab something. So I have to show you. I have these new bone folders. Whoops. And I mean, this one's super, super long. And this one's shorter. I still have, I haven't tried them. Oh, very nice. Oh, they're going to be nice for the pockets. Much bigger too. Like I said, I haven't tried them yet, but we'll give it a try. Try those out. No, actually, Stephen and my granddaughter did. Bailey, the one that's in the Utah Military Academy. She is such a, let me tell you, entrepreneur. She's like, okay, I'm going to make these. She has 2 3D printers. And what I'm most excited about is the bow maker that they're creating. So we can have on our desk and we can tie our bows without any problems. And they're desktop little ones. So I'm excited to see when they get those done. But she saw me, with my pockets, and then she saw me with my corners, and she's like, oh, why don't I just make you one that is a complete, look at this. And I'm like, okay, well, I probably won't use the corners because you know me, I cut my squares out, but I do need something. See, it'll go down the full length of our pocket. She measured the pockets and told me I needed one this size, and it would go down in. And you guys, they're using it for the Utah Military Academy. Those kids, it's full-time ROTC. She's amazing. She's the one that started learning to fly the Cessna and whatnot with the junior ROTC. They do. Oh, you know what they did this for Valentine's Day? There was a ball for special needs adults, and they did the saber swords. They go and do these things for them. The junior ROTC, they do really neat special things. Anyway, this is going to be part of their fundraiser, and they're only $3. And I'm like, are you sure? And she says, yeah, that's what they're going to cost. And I'm like, okay, you make them and we'll see. I'll try them out and we'll see how well we love them. Okay, now our little, we did not cut this. This is going to be the 6 1/4 by 6 3/4. And we'll cut that just right out of our brown cardstock. Yeah, and then they'll use, and they also do the flag ceremonies, and they do parades at the 4th of July where they carry the flags. They come in, they're the ones that come through with the flags. So it's kind of awesome to see her really excelling in this. And 6 3/4. And she's the little commander, so. Okay, still need my cutter, but I'll just kind of pop it to the side. Now, this one is going to be the one with all of those desserts. actually going to take that from our 8x8. Right here. So it's going to be from your 8x8 sheet. And 6 1/4 is the width, and 6 3/4 is our height. So we're going to cut 6 1/8. And then 6 5/8. But last, no, I kept my dessert. So I did cut some of that bow off. You can cut some of the bottom off if you like, or you can cut off some of your bow. I'm going to go with the bow, just like last time. So that's going to be the front. And they're silver, so I can find it. She said, we can do bright colors too, so that nobody will lose them. I said, anything that will help us keep our tools intact, and so we can find them on our desk. And this Utah school, it's really crazy. The colonel who started it was her father's ROTC high school instructor. And he had started this. He's older, quite a bit older, but they have sent more of their students from Utah to the military academies than any of the schools in our area. So that's pretty cool. It's a charter school, so it's not like a military academy where you go and stay and whatnot. It's not far from us. Quite the program. Now for the back side, we're gonna use scraps, but I did cut my white 4x4. Nope, let's do a remeasurement here. 3 5/8 by 3 5/8. So from a white piece, him. She does, Janice, but she can't. She has a lazy eye. So, yeah, she can't. Oh, speaking of the devil, there's her father. Let me just put you on mute. Okay, 3 5/8 by 3 5/8 is going to be this one. So yeah, she can't do that, unfortunately, with that lazy eye of hers. And then we're going to cut a floral piece, and we already have it. It's going to be 1 3/8, and we already know the length here. This is 6 3/4. Otherwise, yes, she would be a pilot. So it's the back of this. One 3/8. So she'll get her private, like she said, she'll just get her private license, and then she'll do something else in the military. And you know what? She could change her mind by the time that comes around. She may not want to go into the military, and that's okay too. Now, I'll be really shocked if she doesn't. Okay, then over here, we're going to cut, hey, guys, shh, a 1-inch. Wilbur, don't you dare. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's going to be a 1-inch. And I don't know if we have one long enough. So go through your scraps. If not, we're going to use this one. It's from our 8x8. I'm just going to do a quick check here. There's probably a piece in there. So 1 inch. Right. Yeah, she could do that. And you don't know. And we're going to cut this one at 6 5/8. Yeah, it's a darn lazy eye when she was born with, and it's because when she did her physical thing just to fly through the flight club, they're like, yeah, we've got some limitations on you. And she's like, oh, I was afraid of that. We were afraid of that. So we could use a piece here, but I still want to go with this. Yeah, her grandpa, my dad, was a gunner. So 3. We're going to put everything on first. Then we'll measure that. That'll be a lot better for us. So I'm going to put down this one. When she was a baby, actually, they said it was up to them. They could do surgery or eyeglasses. But I told them, you know what, guys, don't, because she was so little and it wasn't a guaranteed fix. And her eye doctor says the glasses are going to fix it. So I'm glad we didn't do the surgery when she was a baby. But she's good about it. She's okay. But she gets really excited. See, we have the demo team for the F-35s here. And our F-35 demo pilot is a female. And after she met her, it was like, that's what she wants to do. But in the Air Force on fighters, you usually don't get to even fly on them. But you can do other things. Important things that the pilots, for the airplanes. Okay, so I'll put down my 1 3/8, and then it's 6 5/8 long. Time for scissors. Okay, so my 1 inch by 6 5/8 is good. I'm going to leave it there. Oh, don't you dare. And of course, he's got the bowl. So if he throws his bowl, I'm really sorry, but you'll know it. They're on one today. The weather's been pretty decent. School's out, so kids were out walking their dogs. People were walking by, and so what do beagles do? They bark. Let's see, where did all the stuff in your pantry go? Where did all the stuff in my pantry go? What do you mean? Do you mean the papers we had in there, or do you mean all the food? Because Lexi just hit it with the papers. And actually, Rick's going to build me something similar like that down here for filming in the studio. He doesn't know it yet. But he did mention, wouldn't it be great if you had a filming pantry? And I said, absolutely. Oh, she put the food behind it. It was still there. And I said, yeah, it would be cool. And the more I think about it, it'd be really cool. And he doesn't know it yet, but that's what he's going to be doing here soon. Okay. So I need a 2 7/8, and this is directional. This is 3 5/8, so I know it needs to be 3 5/8 wide. I do love that pantry. He did it for me for Christmas that year. 3 5/8, and then 2 7/8. No, he didn't. But I got some ideas. I could have left that at 3 inches, actually. Oh, no, I couldn't, because I do want everything to match. Yeah, I could have. We can use that for something else. So I'm going to cut another piece at 3 5/8. And take it from this edge. So my stripes are pretty well even. And I'm going to keep it at 3. But measure yours first. You know, that was the problem. I hadn't thought of anything like that until now. And I told him, no, we're not going to. Now it's too wide, too long. Okay, we'll go with the other one. But now that he has opened that can of worms, I'll have that talk with him tonight. After all, he's the one. So I only took off 1/8 of an inch because you still want it to match. You want everything to be matchy. You know, I figure he's retired. He doesn't have enough to do, right? Of course, if you ask him, he's never been so busy in his life since he retired. And I know Jim's that way too, because they're both about the same. They can't sit still. Okay, so I did cut the wax seal. And it's going to come off of your 8 by 8. It's not quite. Oh, I know. You retire and you are so busy. Okay, I may not cut that because I don't know where my 8 by 8 is. Everything was here. And I remember when you retired, Janice. I remember when you made that post, and I'm like, she's going to be so busy now. Okay. I don't know where mine is, but I took it from here. And this one, I'll go ahead and cut this out. It might be a little bit big. The wax seal. And this is so easy to cut because you don't have to worry about it being, you know, perfect because you want it to be jaggedy. And there's the little, I like the big one. I mean, I do like the big one. I don't want it on the white, so I'll just put a dot down there. I can still put a photo here and a photo there. And then let's grab our stuff. Here are our tea-dyed seam binding. And again, these could be any color. It just depends on. So I'm just going to tie this really quick, cut it, and then I'll tell you how much I cut off so you'll know what to cut off yours. Or you can just do it like I'm doing right now. Ow, and cut your finger. Just like hairdressers do. Got to get those fingers out of the way. So there's 12, 24. It's about 30 inches. So I went up the seam. I don't know what they're barking at. Okay, it's not long enough. Well, hello, Miss Monica. How are you tonight? I'm just watching that. I don't want it to start bleeding. So I can grab a Band-Aid. Okay. And there's the back. There's the front. I'll just tie that a little bit. Put a knot in the bottom. Yeah, let me get a Band-Aid. Oh, that thing's huge. I guess I'm out of Band-Aids. But we have tape. One more place. Okay, we have tape and paper towels. Time to restock the Band-Aids. This will be good for a minute. They are. You know what, Bobby? Their mouths never stop running. And I have no idea what they're talking about. It must be a beagle meeting. Okay. Now, you do have those cute little, if you have the kit, inside of your kit was the charms. And I should have put one on before I put the knot on, but I can still do it. So you have that little bag. With the charms. And you can just put it right through there. I didn't. Oh yeah, score tape. Just a little one. Okay, that one is done. Let's pop that inside. And for the tag that goes in there, we're going to, I lost it. There it is. We're going to use our tool that's in your kit. And again, the, what are they called? The charms, you can use them anywhere else you want. Yeah, Janice carries, yes, Janice carries them around, the Band-Aids, at our retreats. And I just need to restock my drawer. That's pretty sad. Okay, again, we've talked about this. Make sure you check and see what side fits best. She's like Mary Poppins of the retreats. You need it, it's in her pocket. Or Jim goes and gets it. We usually have no trouble when we need something. Okay, and line up my holes there. Like I said, this one's a little bit different. It doesn't matter. You should have, if you want it to be identical, you will have that paper in there, I'm pretty sure. But they all match. Then the back I left for photos. Okay, I'm going to just open this up. I left it full. It is folded in half, sideways. And you just might need a pokey tool, tweezers, anything just to help you get it through there. Okay. Try to keep the same. And I'm just going to tie that once. Okay, kind of make it the same length as what you've got left here, but we're going to give it a haircut here. Okay, I'll just pick this up. I'm going to cut off the loops of the bow. And that's what makes our little thingy there. This one I had left longer. So the shorter you cut it, or the length, it just depends on how you want it. You can leave it long or you can leave it short. Then you've got cute little kind of like pom-pom up there. Just gives it a little different, some texture in there. Oh, yeah. And you know what? It is. She has everything in there. Absolutely everything. Okay, let's do the front. of our two. Now we're also going to want to put ribbon down. And what we want to do is go ahead and ink these. And we're going to go ahead and ink the edges. I know, but Monica, it's already going into March. Like I said, the retreats get here before we know it. We think that it's going to be, you know, so far away, and here we are heading into March. Like this is ridiculous. It can't be March. Okay. Remember, one's 4, one's 4 1/8 on mine. So measure yours. So we have 6 7/8 on here. So I'm going to turn it this way. And because I want the rocking chair, so I'm going to cut 6 5/8. No, that's not 6 5/8. We cut these at 5 7/8, so it's 5 5/8. I was going to say that's just too long. The graphics aren't matching my other one. So 5 5/8. And let's cut from the bottom, our first cut, which is going to be, of course, our bottom one. My bottom one was bigger. Okay, so the bottom one's going to be 4. I'll keep this right here. And then my next one should be 3 7/8. Yes. I may need to cut this one just a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to trim it. And this will be the top. Oh, I know why it's so. I need to take 1/8 of an inch off, but if you do too, don't take it here, because my matting, I usually go 1/4 instead of 1/8, and I just went 1/8. So it should have been 3 7/8 on the bottom one. So I'll cut from the floorboards. Okay, 3 7/8, and then the top one, but don't cut from the graphic, cut up here. This one I had cut 3 7/8, but I want it to be 3 3/4. If you trimmed your gatefolds the same as mine, where we trimmed a little bit off so it would fit at the top, because I have a 1/4 of an inch, what we consider a 1/4 of an inch border. And then there's the bottom. Okay, we're going to ink these 4, and then before we put them down, though, we do need to cut some ribbon to go down before we put these guys down. Okay, ink. I already inked that, didn't I? Ink this one. I don't remember inking that, you guys. Okay. Okay, so before we put these down again, let's grab the seam binding, and we only need 12 inches. We need two 12-inch pieces, and you have quite a bit. And I don't stretch it, just let it be relaxed, otherwise you won't have cut enough. Oh, they're there. All right, let's go ahead and mark the centers. Hi, Diane. So I'm going to mark the center at 3. That's where I'll put my 2 ribbons. Wow, we had a super nice day, and now it kind of looks like something's moving in. All right, let's see if I think my Band-Aids can come off. Are you? Oh, it goes live Wednesday. Oh, Diane, awesome. I cannot tell you how excited I am also. And who knows, maybe I'll give you a sneak peek of what I've been working on. My computer's full. Absolutely full. I have been just working. I can't tell you how much the excitement's been. It's just been so fun to get back to doing what I started myself. Okay, there it is. Yeah, on Wednesday it will be on, because I have to give, oh, they both go down. We have to make the graphics and everything for the website listing, and so no, it does not go that way. Whoa, that's really sticking. Okay, so that's going to tie. It is kind of close quarters, but we didn't want to. It's really hard to use a magnet on this. I thought it was. Okay, so we'll put the top on first. And here's the thing. You know, I love our other scrapbook companies. So I like to put, you know, embellishments and whatnot, because I don't have that ability. I do actually have that ability. I just will not. It's the stubbornness in me. I am not having anything made anywhere else. I can't explain it. I don't know. So yes, we're having to be very creative, but that's what we are as crafters. And we still want everything to be quality. And I still will. It's just like you've seen me use a lot of simple stories that goes with our collections. There will be other things that go. So I will be putting those together with it. And I think it just gives us more variety to work with. I love that we can do that. Oh, well, thank you so much. Well, I'm excited. I can't wait for you to see the other new ones that are coming out. Of course, Beginnings will be here Friday. Uh, they're just finishing up the printing. Then we do have a March 5th Easter release. And there was no Easter paper out there this year. Nothing I liked. So I'm like, okay, we're just going to start getting busy. And it's time for me to come out of my shell. Let Lexi do what I hired Lexi. I know, Monica, you and I are just a day apart. Mine's just before yours. Now, let's put a charm on here really quick before we go to the back side. Okay, so this is nice and long. And those little charms we have, I'm going to put one on each. Oh, you're not supposed to tell anybody that. Or you have keys. You can do a key and a heart. They are a different gold. I don't know if that bothers you. So if you want, you can put one or the other. I'm just going to go with 2 hearts. I had to do that. Lick my finger, sorry. Okay. Pokey tool or tweezers. That's okay. I don't celebrate my birthdays anymore. I keep telling everybody that in the house, and they're like, yes, you do. I said, no, I don't. Okay. And if you just pull really tight, trust me, this seam binding, I'm not going to do a knot. The seam binding should hold because, and you have twine, so you can use twine. And these are fun to make big floppy bows with. Oh, Diane, was it? That's awesome. Yep, that's when I was born. My mom and Lexi are very close. My mom was April 11th and she's April 2nd. And so is her boyfriend. Or is it April 7th? I don't know. They're very, very close on their birthdays. Okay. All right. So I can even shorten this some more if I wanted. But as long as I might have to shorten them or just make a bigger bow. Either one. So we've got our little hearts there on those heart charms. And when we open, I have white. I have white up here. And then this one, this was the other piece. It will fit almost perfectly down here at the bottom. I just need to take a little bit off. And the top, white. So do measure yours. Again, I'll cut mine at 4 at 5 7/8. And all we have is this one in that pocket, which we've already cut our paper for because we cut it the other night to make sure I didn't accidentally cut into it. And whoops, then we are going to do the cover. And this one will be all done. And you guys can start putting your pictures in there. All right. Okay, now the bottom. I know this is a little different to work on. Do measure yours. Mine is measuring out to 3 3/4. So this is going to be 3 5/8. By 5 7/8. It should already be 5 7/8. Oh, you can use the plaid too. I think I'll use the plaid. I've got my one grandson, Lexi's brothers, tomorrow, and he's 16. I can't believe it. But they're in Kansas, so I have to Venmo him now. He's a grown-up, you know, when they turn 16. Okay, so I did white on this one. And again, it is, measure yours. Mine is going to be 4 1/8 by 5 7/8. Yes, they do think they are, don't they? He's a really good kid. He's a really good kid. My daughter, she did really good with the kids. Of course, they had a military father. He was really military. But he taught them a lot of good stuff. So. There we go. Okay, now, oh, I'm on the ribbon. Don't lay on the ribbon. I know this is a little bit of a tricky one, but we will get her done. On here, I have another piece of the plaid. And if you're doing it the same way, you should have that little square also. And I had just picked it up. I should have just taken it out because it's in here. There it is. So this is going to go on the inside. And you can either use the same pattern, and I'm going to use the same pattern. And then for the inside here, like I said, we had used a piece of this one. So what we can do is, let me cut the cover piece that we need to make sure I have enough. I don't want to, in this one, we're going to cut it, right now I'm just going to cut it at 7 by 8.5. I'm going to go 8.5. Oh, Luann, that's so nice of you. Thank you. So I just cut it at 8.5. I'm going to put it aside. And that way, if this is big enough, if it's not, that's okay. We'll use a different piece. And the inside of this one is a 4-inch piece. So, you know, we've got a little bit of the border strip here, which really is okay. Let's try something. So 5 7/8. And I'll take a little more of that border strip off at 4. Actually, it's there. And I really don't mind that it's there. So it's just a hair short. So I'm going to leave that one up to you. And I'm going to choose a different piece. I want it to be a little bit wider than that. So I'm going to cut it a little bit over 4. And then 5 7/8. And that will be cute, cute, cute. And then we'll put this at the top. Three 5/8 by 5 7/8. Oh, you know what? Guess what will go up there? We're not going to use it one spot. We'll use it in another spot. Perfect. Put him aside. Now, we can, next time I do that in a tutorial, I will match my pieces first. And then I will put it together. That's okay because we can still lay it flat. And I can get right up in there. Well, that made it pretty easy. Okay. And then it's so cute just to play with. And that will lay more flat, of course, as we're working our book. And when you get more photos in there. But right now it's just really stiff. Okay, when we turn this over, you know what I did? Did I not save the 2 pieces for our, I thought we pre-cut those. Did we pre-cut those? Because I think we did. You guys, you have to watch me. If I pre-cut them, I'm going to go with gold. I mean, if I accidentally use them, but I remember pre-cutting those. And we're going to also want, we want this, just one of these. I remember pre-cutting those strips. Did I stick them in there? Because we pre-cut them the night we made this. And I bet you I cut those. This is why it's always good to watch me first. And so that's okay. I did. Okay. I had pre-cut them. I know I did. And I think I accidentally cut them. So if you remember when we made this, because we cut those and I showed you how they go here. And they were 1 inch, 1 1/4 by 8, 7 and 3 by 8 3/8, 1 1/4 by 7 3/8. So, well, that's okay. I'll use gold. Now I did do a closure to where it's at the top, and you don't have to have a closure. You can also use a magnet, but I did like the danglies there. So we're going to go purple. I'm going to measure. One and a quarter. It's going to be a little hair over 1 1/4, so that's what I'll start with. Yep. So I went just a 1/16 of an inch over the 1 1/4. Then we'll cut the length in just a second. Oh, I know what happened. I think I cut mine too short, but we had cut them. And then I put them aside because we had enough until I don't know where I put them. And that's another reason I want to finish this album before we move on into working on the pages of our nostalgic memories so that I don't get things confused. Because our December daily will be done. This will be done, and we'll just totally focus on nostalgic memories and get it finished. Now, if that's too much bling for you, you definitely have a lot of papers to choose from. And that is now where this came about, so that I could have this whole thing on here. And so we do cut off a little bit of the house, but I was good with that so that I could get on all of this. And then let's see here, we'll have part of our cupcake. Yep. So our page is 8 3/8 of an inch long. So I'm just going to cut this whole thing at 8 3/8. And then the door is 5.5. And we have that twice. So I'm going to turn this upside down. 5 3/8. Now, what I'm going to do now is turn it this way, because you'll see here in just a minute. 5 3/8. So bunny on the right, duck on the left. Then we have 1/2 inch here. So for my strip, I'm going to go just a hair short of 1/2 inch. And I chose to go on the duck side. But hang on to this. You could go the other side if you want. And then that's going to sit down here. I don't know why that's too long. Oh, I know why. Our hinges are, we always cut those 1/8 inch short. Now, when you're taking the 1/8 inch, take it off the bottom, not the windows. Because we want our windows, there we go, to line up. And then see, there's the goose, there's her flowers that she's taken to the bunny. And we're going to ink these edges. And if you want, you can put down a magnet, or you can do the ribbon ties at the top. I just felt it needed something to keep it closed. And so I will cut 4 10-inch pieces of ribbon. And we'll put them down first. Or you can do your magnets. Just go 4 10-inch pieces. So, and this is the remainder that I tied around our spine piece. Okay. Remember, this one is only 5.5. So our center is going to be 2 1/4. No, 2 3/4. I just didn't want any ribbon to go over the top of our bunny and goose. Oops. And these have to go down. Oh, let's leave that one on there. These have to go down first. And then just smooth them out the best you can. That's pretty close. Okay, that works. Now we can put our paper on top. Out that glue first. I thought I went over the top of that. Wait a minute. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. How on earth did I manage that? Well, it's not coming off. It's a little crooked, so it shows on the other side. That's okay. I will just leave it. So let me check this one. And it is a little long. Okay, I'll cut it from, ooh, I gotta cut it from the bottom. Hi, Lori. Okay, always do that dry fit. See, I knew I hadn't done the dry fit the minute I saw it going over the top. Because I cut my doors a hair short. Lori, oh, hi. Oh, thank you, Lori. I am too. So I'll tell you what. We'll get these pages done, and I will share my screen and just give you a sneak peek of something. How's that sound? Trying to decide though, what should I give you a sneak peek of? I've actually done quite a few new ones. In fact, I gotta quit because I gotta get to the tutorials and paying attention here because I just did it again. It's off. Okay, and then our middle piece, which will line up with the windows. I'm trying to decide which one. Or two. We'll see. You'll get a full sneak peek of the March one soon. Okay. So I'm going to show you the inside. I can't believe I did that. I'm going to show you the inside here because I'm not going to do that on camera. We're going to do that side pocket because I want to get the cover done with you. And the inside is very easy. Very easy. So I'm going to give you the measurements. Okay. Okay. So this is the back side of this. So you'll want your second sheet. They are 5 3/8. They're supposed to be 8 3/8. So try them. No, 5 3/8. Oh no, it is 8 3/8. So 5 3/8 and 8 3/8. Now our door flap, same thing, because this is going to be 5 1/2. They match. So 5 3/8 and 8 3/8. You have your white cardstock. And then I just took, okay, you will have some of this left. So you may want to even wait till we put the cover on. Or you can use some of the tan and then reverse what you use in here. But your outer layer is 4 by 4. So whatever you pick for your darker, it's going to be 4 by 4, and you want 2 of those. Okay. Then the inside is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, whatever you choose for your photo mat. And then that will complete that page. So those are just very easy straight cuts. That's why I'm just going to give you those measurements, but they're the exact same measurements as this door. And then I have to tell you, this is the middle of the book. So I really hesitated. I really didn't want to put that seam binding there, but I did want it on the back. So that, again, is going to be up to you because, see, it covers that. And I really do like the way that looks, how it brings it all together like it's one big seam. So I'm going to tie this, but just remember your inside pieces, 2 white at 5 3/8 by 8 3/8. And then 2 of the coordinating, which is the back of this, your leopard print, 5 3/8 by 8 3/8. Photo mats 4 by 4, and the matting for the inside is 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And again, you can tie just like I showed you. You should have 2 keys. So that's, I think, what I would put here because it's the house, and so you can put 1 of each key. And I would probably just put 1. Have the keys, the key to my heart. Isn't that cute? On there. And once again, you have the twine that you can use on your tags. I never really specifically used it on any of mine. Well, I did. Sorry. On this next one that we did, I did just put some twine on there. And we already cut these papers. Remember, I cut them because I didn't want to mess this up. So this is our last page to mat. And then our insides here, and we're going to do the cover so that we will be done with this cute little album. And this one was in the video before. So for the pocket piece, and that's the back, 3 7/8 and 8 3/8. And this was just the other half. We're going to use the back side, and it is 4 by 8 3/8. And because your tags are all pre-cut for you, you can choose again what it is you want on your covers. And I put 2 of them in here. I didn't dry fit. Okay, but we're okay. I have to start remembering to do that. Okay, before I put this down, we may need to trim it. Oh, no. Still want to double check things. Okay, we're good. Make sure we don't go past our hinges. Okay, and that one is done. And just choose the tags, what size side of the paper, and we're good there. Okay, so those two are finished, and we just want to, we had started the matting. Let me do the outside with you, and I did show you guys. And I had given you these measurements, and they're whites on the back. I did the stripes, just some leftover pieces. Oh, that's right, because we hadn't cut that yet. So for this outside piece, let me show you. Really easy. All you do is after you put down that stripe matting, last video I had given the measurements. Then I just took, you only need 2 of the, there should be just enough to do your pocket. Just like I did the big pocket, you're just going to glue it across the top. If you want lace there, you can even punch a border, but the lace will go on the top. So those, like I said, when we made the pockets in video 5, I think, that matting is in there. So I won't do that because I really want to get to our cover. And then we need to also do our spine pieces really quick. And all you need is, we just need 2. And so what I used was, no, it was not that one. And actually you can use any that you like, because yeah, they're all gonna go. So I'm gonna just cut this at 8 1/4 because my hinges are 1/8 of an inch shorter. And then I usually go a little over 3/8 of an inch. I like them to fill out my spine piece. So I went just a little bit over 3/8 of an inch. And then they're 8 1/4 long. So on this one, I'm going to use the one that has some of the faded out graphic there. I'm not going to ink these. I'll make a mess. Okay, make sure that's down. And we've already done the center. So this one, I think I'll do the same thing. Use that faded out there. Because it just gives it finishes it. Okay, there we go. Now the inside is done, pretty much. I just have a little bit to do on the matting. So fun, so fun. Okay, let's move to the cover. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start with the front, of course. We'll do the very, very front. We'll put the frame on and everything here in just a minute. So our cover's 7.5 by 9. So you'll need a full piece of your glitter. Okay, so 8 7/8. By 7 3/8. That's going to be the first layer. My second layer is the burgundy, the Simple Stories piece. And we cut that at 8 7/8. So this is going to be 8 5/8. And we cut it at 7 3/8. So we're going 7 1/8. Okay. So it's 7 1/8 by 8 5/8 long. That way I have the gold showing. Now you can even make this smaller. And we may do that. We just may do that because what we want now is, I recall we might come down a little bit. It's our 8 by 8. Keep going, keep going. No, it's not the 8 by 8. It was this one. Now, can't remember if I messed you guys up too on that one. Now, if I did, I do apologize, but this one will also look nice because we put the frame. I should never have cut that in the beginning, but I think we're going to be just fine because 8, 6.5. So let me, we're just a hair short. So should be 8 by 6.5. But that's an easy fix. Super easy fits. I messed up there. I cut that piece off and I told you guys wrong. But not a problem because I've got a couple of different things here. That's why I always pull my cover out. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 1 inch off. I'm going to cut from this way 1 inch. I'm going to cut wider than 1 inch. Six and a half. Yeah, I should have used this one. So don't cut yet till I cut mine. And then you guys cut 1 inch. Let's take a little bit more off here. There we go. 1 inch. So I'm going to use the 8x8. If this happened to you also. I'm actually going to be cutting it a little bit more off of there. I'm going to decide if I like it. If I don't, I'm going to go to the store and buy another piece of paper. I'm just kidding. I don't want you to have to do that because of my big mistake. And I hope that some of you aren't at the matting part. And I hope that I didn't totally mess you up with that. Not sure. So I might even get into my stash because I did not give you the ribbon for that at the top. I think I'm going to go with the ribbon instead, or I would do a border punch. If I had a border punch near me, I would just border punch. So I do apologize if you cut yours the way I did when we first started on that back page. Actually take this 3rd sheet out and just put it aside. Don't even cut the 3rd sheet. We ended up cutting it for that piece on the other page. Otherwise, see, I would take it if it was a long enough strip and just mat them together. But let me give you that measurement again. On your 12 by 12 piece will be 8 by 6.5. And I don't remember, did we already use the 8 by 8 piece that don't recall cutting the 8x8. Do you guys? Seems like we should have that design in 8x8. I took it from my stash here. And I know a lot of you already had purchased the other papers. I mean, the papers before the kit, because the kit came out a little bit later. So I'm going to take an 8x8 and I'm going to cut it 6.5. The graphics are smaller, but I can't live with that. I'm so sorry that happened. So this is from an 8x8. And actually there should be one in your kit because we didn't. I just don't know. Sorry, my life. I promise I will get something better going here so I don't have to be that way when we do the tutorial. And you can also pick another design, because actually they're all super awesome on the front cover. I mean, I know Kim Reynolds, when she did her tutorial, she used the sitting room scene, so that would be very cute on the front and the window frame. And you do have a ton of paper left. And this one, look at this one. Of course, you'd cut some of your bunny off. That would be a cute cover on the front. That's pretty too. Oh, you guys. So that's that one, and that's that one. You know what? We know that looks good. I think I'm going to use this one. I hope you don't mind. And that way you can see the two different and see how they look, because the frame and the bows it just all goes together. So I'm just going to keep this one at 8, and I'm going to cut it at 6.5. And I'll have one with each. But one will go in the store. Wow, something fell. Okay. So again, you can pick a different one. That's when all the glue comes out. Okay, let's grab the book. Okay, this one for the spine, I still use the gold, and then I used the heart stripes, but this one I think I'm going to use the florals. Okay, so our spine was 2.5 inches. No, it was 2 inches. So we need a 2-inch by 8 7/8 gold, and I had that piece till I buried it in all my papers. Well, that isn't long enough. Okay. I'll just cut it a hair short of 2. And then 8 7/8 because our cover's 9. I don't put gold on the back, but you definitely can, but I didn't. So the piece that is in the center, I wanted a lot of the gold showing, and you can decide. Actually, I used some of the red. So we're going to do a red piece. I did do the tripling. So the red piece, I did it 1 5/8. By 8 3/8. That's this one. One 5/8 by 8 3/8. So we're going to do our pattern piece at 8 inches by 1 1/4. And I'm going to do the floral because it matches the floral on the front. And that will fit right there in the center. Again, if you want it to be different sizes, just measure and then change your sizes. Okay, I'm going to put this down first this time. Then this one will go down next. Oh, there it is. See how that goes with that? So it kind of keeps it blended in there. Now you can tie your leftover seam binding, and I will do that with you in just a second. If you want, remember it'll just cover that cute little kind of seam we made in the center. I gotta just work this a little bit more because it's glitter paper. Okay. The back. So the back, I chose the stripe, 7 3/8 by 8 7/8. So I'm not going to put that on with you. You'll just cut 7 3/8 and 8 7/8 because it's 9, 7 3/8, 8 7/8, and then put that down. I just did the single because we want to do this cute stuff. Okay, so we need our window. Window, acetate, and what we're going to put over there, and our bow. Okay, I need the bow because I got to show you how to do the bow. Oh, I have 2 acetates. Okay, let me get another bow. Let's see what bow is this one. That'll be pretty. So your bows are going to vary. And I got 2 windows. Okay, I'm going to start with my window. Again, it'll depend on what side you want, which this goes really well with that. It's the floral. And so you may have to turn your window over. Okay, and don't worry about the sides. You may lasers burn. There's not a lot you can do, but we are going to be inking this up. Why is this one not fitting great? There we go, because it's me. Now I do have, you'll notice some, you may have some that hang over, so you want to kind of get it edge to edge where you can, or turn it over. There we go. That's a better fit. And then we're going to clean up the edges with a filing, with a filer, and that's why we'll put the acetate on last. We don't want to mess up the acetate, scratching it. And then I'll ink all the edges. Okay, now if it's too big, that's okay. You'll just need your emery board. And I think emery boards are now just a staple for all of us crafters. I just go grab mine at Sally's. I get a couple, and I don't think I bought any in a long time because they last forever. Because see, it will have, I don't worry about the window part. I just worry about the outside. So we will take care of that though with an emery board here. And I'll do that before I put the top layer on. And this does make a mess. Okay, see, it hangs over the edge some. Now, oh, I'm using, I might not need this coarse one. This one. Yeah, you don't need that one. That one's really, really coarse. Wait, coarse or rough? It's rough. So I'm just going to go on the edges, just straight down. Don't go up. You'll tear it right off. See, and it'll start coming off. And then you'll have a nice clean edge. And you know what I just remembered, you guys? Oh my gosh. For those of you who wanted to purchase the frames, this little embellishment package, I am so sorry. I never got it on, but it will be on tomorrow. For those of you that wanted the frame, the bow, and the window. Well, the bow, it's not a frame. Okay, so just clean it up. don't worry about these inner parts. You won't see them, and to be honest with you, you're not going to get them off. Okay. Whoops, there went the acetate. It is messy. Okay. Now, my top piece. And it was just to give it some more dimension. They will all vary again, and you should be able to turn it over. See, I don't want the lighter. I'm going to go with the darker on this one. And you don't even have to put it on if you don't want it, because that's pretty too. I'm just going to dot my adhesive here. Okay, then I take my ink, and this is where I'll go around this edge. And really getting the edge of it. See the difference? It just blends everything together. Now, I think some of the kits might have some wooden windows. I think most of your kits will have wooden windows. The basswood came in, and I told him, cut it from the basswood, not this. This is chipboard. Okay, now we can put our acetate on the back. And I had dropped mine. So let me clean it. And if there's any fingerprints, because you can't avoid the fingerprints when you're taking it off the machine. But we try. So you can turn this into a shaker. I'm not, because you really don't, you won't see it with the bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one off, so I don't have to do a bunch of different pieces of tape. Then we'll just go across. I just want the acetate. I'm not doing a shake or anything. And here. And that will hold it. Well, hello, Vicki. Okay. Then we'll put our acetate. This can be a booger. There we go. Once you get it all the way down to the bottom, though, you're fine. Now you have that window glare. I love it. Okay, and you should have some, I think you had some foam in there. So we're going to pop this up. There we go. Okay. Now on your cover, so just decide where you want it. On my other one, I kind of just set it over the candy dish a little bit. And then I put love in the bottom. So this one, I'll probably just change it somewhat. So I'm just looking to see. Oh, that's pretty cute because the tulips are going to show through. Oh, I like that. Again, you'll get things like this in the pantry. I cannot wait for our paper pantry. Things like this will be in your paper pantry, the pre-cut elements, so that you'll have some fun things to work with. Oh yeah, love will go down here, but we'll do that in just a minute because we're going to make the bow. So your bow, again, you can decide which side you want. This one happens to be floral. They're all going to be different. And so you do want to be careful. These will tear. There's very little space here. So I want you to hold it. Oh, I want this to come. Oh no, I want it to go this way. I want the floral to be on the outside. So I'm going to hold it in the center to make sure I don't tear it. And you're just going to take your bone folder. Okay, same here. Hold it right there in the center because you don't want to tear this middle part. And once again, just like you do when you're curling ribbon for your Christmas gifts. We'll do these last. Okay, so now it looks like that. And I'm not using a hot glue gun. It makes, I hate a hot glue gun strings, and I just don't want that. So what we're going to do, we're just going to take that edge and put it on the center where we put the glue. I'm going to show you something too, a little trick with that extra piece of acetate. And so if you have some acetate in your studio, you'll be able to do this too. So we're going to put another dot of glue on top, and then just bring the next one right over the top of it. And you'll see your bow start forming. I'm going to add another dot of glue in the center. And take that point onto the center. And then the last one. Okay. I'm going to hold this because I want to wrap this around now. So I'm going to just turn this over and lightly run my blade over it. Now I know these are wide, but you're just going to bend this because I wanted it to see it look wider here. So don't force it or you'll tear that up in the center. Add a dot of glue on the back. And if it's too long, which it might be, when I was making these, I kind of went a little over on the wrap piece. So just cut a piece off. So I did mine backwards, as you can see. No, I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't. No, you can't. Okay, we're fine. I was thinking, oh my gosh, did I do it backwards? No, I did not. Excuse me. And then I just took my bone folder and I just very lightly on those. Okay. And we'll have a flower in the center and it's going to go here. But let me show you something. I have that extra piece of acetate, so that's perfect for me to show you. If you have extra acetate at home, and these happen to be, they're about 3.5. And I'm just going to cut a 3/4 of an inch piece. I'll show you some. Now, it's hard to see, but I'm going to do it with the garbage too, because I hate to get these on the floor, but I'm going to round, see, I'm just going to round it on my corners on each end. Okay, nobody will really see these. So I've rounded it. Use your bone folder and push hard. It'll help shape it. So just like you guys know at Christmas time and stuff, you get bows. Then we're going to put them. Oh, I can pick this up still. We're going to put it on the inside of here. And I may have needed to cut it just a little bit less, not so wide, maybe 1/2 inch instead of 7 or 3/4. Yeah, it needs to only be like 1/2 inch, 3/4. Then you can put it in there and then your bows won't smash. Pretty cool, huh? So what I'll do is I'll just cut this up the middle. I don't need it so wide. So only about 1/2 inch. Well, there went the cutter in the garbage. But rounding the corners is what helps this to go. I just brought the glue up. And then you can just set them in there and then look at this. I need to reglue that. Isn't that cool? So I did it. I'm going to have to put this on top, but we have a flower. I just, I unglued it. I did that on the airplane because I didn't want to smash my bows before I got there. And then you just pop those in there and it'll stay nice and neat. Just a little trick, and I'm going to be using that. So this is out of place, but we have a flower that goes there, so I'm good. So I'm going to change to my Fabri-Tac since I'm not using my hot glue gun. And I'm just going to put it right there where I think it looks good. Then I'm going to get the flower. So you could have a pink flower or a white flower. There was a couple of different colors. I'm going to need that in a second. Oh, and there's my package. Oh, see, this is the wooden one. There's the wooden one. So that's what you guys got, was the wooden one. And I just had the package with the flower in it. I know. You guys probably wonder, what on earth? How do I survive during the day, don't you? Because I can't find anything once I touch it. There we go. So this one is a hot pink one. And just going to bring that up a little bit. You can also take some of these layers off if you want. And you can also use anything else you like. You might have something different in your stash you want to use. I am pushing that down. I'm thinking this one's going to be too big. I want to make it smaller. Just kind of want a bud. So I lost one of the. After I fix that and it looks nice, I will put that back in the center. So that's what will go in the center of your bow, if you want. If not, you can use anything else. You might have something in your stash. Whoops. Oh, we didn't want you to glue down yet. I have to fix you. Okay, and then the love. So after it's down too, you can also fix this. Just don't pull too hard. Okay, well, it's drying too. So the word love, I put down at the bottom here. On this one, you know, I'm still going to put it here on the bottom. And then that's the last thing we have to put on here. And because the little butterfly is kind of delicate, just dab your glue here and there. And then with your remaining yardage, because packages, I think were 8 yards that the girls did. And I just took, there we go. I took it down the middle. And that, again, that just depends on if you want to cover that. Did I do just single? Oh, I did. I only did it single. And then we made the bows. Okay. All right. So I'll start with just one bow. And if you've got somebody in the house that can hold that for you, that helps. And I'll take that off. There was another little piece there, guys. Oh, there's more than just a little piece. Here it is. And then I just wrapped another one on and tied it. And so if you like that, this one's going a different direction, but that's okay. If you like that, just really shabby, chic-ing looking. Yeah, my bow didn't want to go that way. There we go. So that's what I did for my spine. And I did cut them so they didn't hang off the book. I still have leftovers for my tags. Bring that up a little bit more. And then you have, I think those are fun. They're just fun on this kind of albums. And you can be really, really girly with this. And then you'll have a few leftover charms you might want to put on your tags. But yeah, it's a really fun, just Valentine or engagement type album. I'm going to stick those in there because we have so much kind of sticking out here. And I will put those keys on here to match the house. You just tie them through like I did on the others. You can put 1 or 2 here, and there you go. I just have the back to do, and I'll fix my bow. I mean, my rib, a flower. You guys know what I mean, to go in there. And here are the 2 different covers. So you can also choose any of the papers, but we are done. And then Thursday, if you are doing December daily, we're going to be done with that. So guys, wow, we're doing great. So how about that sneak peek? Let me just put a couple of things away. You know, I've gotten in the habit of putting my tools back after. If I don't, I lose them. Thank you. It sure was a fun project. I really liked making this. Okay, what I'm going to have to do is I have to share my screen with you. So I got to bring on my keyboard. And I have to go to another program here. I can't decide, you guys. Do we want to do, what's your favorite next holiday? Oh, we're going to start on that tomorrow. We'll start on that tomorrow evening. Let's see. We've got a 6x8. Oh, let me get into the right file. Yeah, tomorrow night we'll be doing our nostalgic memories. I decided it'd be better if I just get this one all the way done, and then we won't be going back and forth. Oh, you want the Easter one? Oh, really? Okay, well then, July 4th. Okay, that's my favorite too, actually. Of course, I do love Easter. And so, sorry guys, it just takes me a minute. The files are so large. And I have to find them. That's a good one, but here I have to find a different one. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let me see. Sorry. We're getting there. Oh, let me show you the cover sheet. The cover sheet is a little different. I'll show you the cover sheet, and then that's the only sneak peek you're getting of this one. Okay? But I'm going to show you another one. And I have to remember how to share on here. Oh, I know I can. Oh, no, if I can't, that's going to be terrible. There we go. You ready? Let me see if I can get you. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. Can you see the cover sheet? You kind of get a few other sheets there as a sneak peek too. So that one, there's that one for your sneak peek for the 4th of July that's coming. All right. And then let me show you one more. How about Grandma's Garden? Yeah, let's do Grandma's Garden. I'll show you a couple of those. Do you love it? I hope so. There's also going to be a 6x8 paper pad that goes with that. Okay. This one is Grandma's Garden. So I'm just going to show you, you're seeing a couple on the screen that I've made working with, but this will be the back of your cover sheet. That kind of gives you an idea of what's coming this late spring. Now, I will give you a sneak peek before I even show it to everybody else, just because you guys are here. Let's take a quick look at our Easter. How does that sound? Just one page. Do you like it? Oh, I love that one too. I've been having so much fun making that one. Okay, you get one more. You get one more. Oh my goodness, there's just so many. Let's see. Let's pull up our Easter. I'm trying to decide which one. There we go. Okay, and that's your last sneak peek of the night. Because I don't want to show it all to you. Did you get a good look? Oh, I'm trying to come off. Okay, that was your sneak peek. That's all you get. I hope you guys will look forward to them. And the nice thing, like we talked about, is they are going to be available all the time. You don't have to worry about being in the middle of a project or me being in the middle of the project and it's just not there. So we got lots coming. We even have some masculine ones coming. Now, who's we? It's me. I have some masculine ones coming. So there'll be just a lot for you to choose from this year. And I'm super excited to have you guys along with me as I bring all these to you. Okay, then I will see you again tomorrow night because we're going to work on our nostalgic memories. It'll be evening time. And we will be starting the inside because we got our pages done, right? Yeah, we got our pages done. So this one's going to be a little bit slower. We've got quite a few different elements. It won't be terribly slower, but it still will be. We'll probably do a page a night, to be honest with you, because some of them are pretty full. Okay, then I will see you tomorrow night, and we will now continue with our pages. The video is already up if you want to make the album. It's in the playlist for Nostalgic Memories. Thanks for being with me tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.